So, digital transformation. It's a term we hear thrown around constantly, right? But what does it actually look like on the ground? Today, we're going to peek inside the world of logistics to demystify a super important role you've probably never even heard of, the Digital Innovation and Experience Manager. We're going to explore how this one person can literally reshape the entire digital backbone of a massive company.
First things first, let me ask you a question. Just think about your own job for a second. When you absolutely need to find a specific document, or figure out a key process, or just find the right person to talk to, where do you even start? If that question alone gives you a little bit of a headache, well, then you already get the exact problem we're about to unpack.
Because for so many large logistics companies, this is just their daily reality. It's a kind of organized chaos. You've got tons of different systems that don't talk to each other. You've got departments basically working in their own little worlds. And what happens? Work gets done twice, communication just falls apart, it's a huge drag on efficiency, and it just makes everyone's job so much harder than it needs to be.
So how do you fix all this chaos? Well, we're going to break it down into the 6 key things this role focuses on. We'll start with understanding the challenge, then building a digital home, designing smarter ways of working, connecting the whole business, getting ready for AI, and finally, forging a totally new digital backbone for the company.
Okay, first up, let's really dig into the core problem. The modern logistics challenge is, at its heart, a world of silos. All that important information and all those key processes are just trapped inside individual departments.
Now, the first instinct for a lot of people is just to throw more software at the problem. But what we're finding out is that the solution isn't just more tech, it's about a more strategic design of the entire internal experience. And that is exactly where this manager steps in.
Which brings us to their first huge task, building the digital home. This is all about creating one central hub for absolutely everyone and everything.
See, this manager is in charge of what we call the internal digital environment. And that's not just one piece of software. It's the entire collection of tools, platforms, and workflows that really shape an employee's digital life at work.
And the absolute centerpiece of this whole environment is the company intranet. It's designed to be the digital front door for every single employee. The one place you go to start your day, find what you need, and connect with the rest of the business. And the key thing to get here is that none of this is by accident. This manager is intentionally designing the employee's entire digital journey. From a new person's very first day, to how they access their daily tools, to finding guidance or getting training, every single step is mapped out to be as simple and intuitive as possible.
Okay, so once you have that digital home, the next big step is to fix what's actually happening inside it. And that brings us to designing smarter workflows. Basically, moving away from all that manual chaos and towards slick automation.
This slide just shows the transformation perfectly. The old way, what a mess, right? Endless email chains, spreadsheets that are all different, manual approvals that take forever. The new way gets rid of all that. It's clean, digital forms and automated workflows. It cuts down on errors and, best of all, frees people up from those mind-numbing repetitive tasks.
So really, the goal is simple, but it's incredibly powerful. This job is about taking the time to map out all those messy, complicated processes that have built up over the years and then redesigning them from the ground up so they're simpler, faster, and more consistent for everybody. Making individual workflows better is a great start, for sure, but the real magic happens when you connect the entire business. This next part is all about breaking down those walls between departments that we talked about earlier.
So this role really becomes a strategic connector between all the core parts of the company. Operations, HR, IT, finance, you name it. This manager works right at the intersection of all these departments, making sure they're all speaking the same digital language.
So how do they actually do it? By creating shared platforms and common digital standards. It's pretty logical, right? When everyone uses the same tools and follows the same digital processes, those departmental silos just naturally start to shrink, and you get a much more connected way of working.
But hey, this role isn't just about fixing today's problems, it's also about getting ready for tomorrow. So Section 5 is all about building the foundation for an AI-powered future right now.
And that leads us to a huge question. How do you actually prepare a massive, complex organization for the arrival of artificial intelligence? Because let me tell you, it does not happen by accident.
The answer is, you have to lay the groundwork, piece by practical piece. It starts with structuring all the company data so that an AI can actually make sense of it. It means getting all the documents centralized into one single source of truth and setting up clear taxonomies, which are really just consistent ways of labeling things. And maybe most importantly, it means creating the rules for using AI safely, even putting together a dedicated committee to oversee it all.
All of this hard work then leads to our final section, building the new digital backbone. This is where we define what the organization is truly capable of, digitally for the long term.
The big vision is to build something called a digital hub. The best way to think about it is like an internal center of excellence, a dedicated team that brings together all the company's best-in-class digital skills in one place.
So what kind of skills are we talking about? Exactly what you'd hope to see. You've got experts in automation, in digital content, in user experience or UX, design, digital training, and of course, data analytics. This hub becomes the engine room for all future innovation.
And ultimately, this really hammers home the most important takeaway of all. This role, it isn't really about technology. The technology is just the tool. The real prize is fundamentally improving how the entire organization works together.
And this leaves us with a really powerful final thought to chew on. The future of logistics will not just be defined by physical networks of trucks and warehouses, but by the digital systems that connect people, processes, and information across the entire organization. And it's these hidden digital architects who are quietly building that future, one smart workflow at a time.